Greetings and salutations for the final episode of But Will It Snipe Assault Rifle Edition. This is the final episode for the assault rifles because we're on that last one, which is the Kastov 545. Now, it also has the same aftermarket part that the Kastov 762 had, but I won't be using that one. This one has the same lethality as the 74 new. We'll see if it has the same lethality with full plates, though. It does indeed. So, knowing that, we're going to get right into it. I won't be using the aftermarket part, solely because the aftermarket part isn't really, how do I want to put this? Isn't really necessary to have, per se. It's not like it's this amazing thing for sniping. It doesn't increase range, it doesn't increase, damage dealt, it doesn't do anything of the sort. It nullifies, come on, vote for high rise. Come on, high rise. Allow me to snipe on high rise. Just a couple of votes of high rise, come on. Ugh. Yeah, and everybody's gonna leave because nobody likes it. Just like me. I wanted to play on high res. Anyhow, it only eliminates recoil. And when it eliminates recoil, it's quite simply put the best aftermarket part in the game, bar none, and there's no contest. Now, there's other people that say, well, wait a minute, these other ones are pretty cool. Don't worry, I'm going to do a trash or treasure episode, and I'm going to go down through all of the aftermarket parts and try them. It might be more than one episode. It'll probably be a few. I'll probably do like 2 games per aftermarket part. I can already tell you one right now that is trash, guaranteed. But I don't want to spoil it. It's. I think that they need to carry over aftermarket parts into Black Ops 6. If they don't, I think they're going to be dropping the ball. I mean, I think that's going to be the biggest blunder of Call of Duty. I think releasing aftermarket parts adds that little, I can't even say spice to the game, but it adds another depth because it allows you to tinker with guns, and when you unlock those aftermarket parts, you can further tinker in different ways, allowing you to do goofy stuff like snipe with assault rifles and shotguns, or hip fire with sniper rifles, and so on and so forth. It allows for a little bit more fun of variety in gameplay. And having that variety in gameplay is a good thing, because you want the game to have that variety. You don't want it to become stale. Because if your game becomes stale, what happens? Oh, people stop playing it, And you don't want people to stop playing it, you want people to continue to stick around. And obviously, they want people to stick around, and they want people to buy like skins and bundles and stuff like that. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to say, and this one might be a little bit controversial. I think that you should be able to buy parts of a bundle. And I mean that from the perspective of, if you wanted to buy a specific operator skin, that was awful. That was the worst possible. Wow, that guy got hammered. It was the worst possible move we could have made. I mean, we fanned out in such a way, he just nailed us. But if you wanted to buy a specific skin for an operator, or if you wanted to buy a specific weapon skin, they should be able to sell you the specific pieces, you know, like one piece at a time. You shouldn't be relegated to having to buy the entire bundle just for one skin. You shouldn't have to be forced into buying, you know, a $20 bundle for one skin. I don't know what this person's doing, but they're wasting your ammunition. Anyway, I don't, like, you know, like I said, I don't think you should have to be forced into buying an entire bundle just for one skin. For, like, perfect example was the Doom bundle. Now, I'm a fan of Doom. I played Doom when I was a kid. You know, I made sure that I played it well. I played Doom, not perfectly, but, you know, then again, I was like 10, 11. But I still played Doom. I was a young kid. It was fun. Now, the shotgun bundle for Doom was what I would say was one of the best, like, reminiscent things of the day. Like, it really brought me back to my childhood. Because it's like, you know, it's Doom, you know? To me, it was like, just like coming home from school, firing up Doom and playing on the PC. That's exactly what it felt like to me. It felt like going back to those old days, you know? And I would have bought the Doom the double shotty, without actually buying the whole bundle, but you're forced to buy the whole bundle. When you're forced to buy the whole bundle, it causes problems for people like me that don't want to buy the whole bundle. Because, you know, paying $20 for a digital skin in a game that I'm only going to use, what? Maybe for one game, it doesn't carry over to the next one. Seems a little expensive for just one digital item. It's a little absurd. So, that's why I didn't really, you know, care for certain bundles doing what they were doing and being the costs they are. That's why I think they should sell parts. You sell parts of the bundles, I think they would sell a whole lot more. You could say like $2 or X amount of COD points for the bundle, or for that piece of the bundle. And it would, you know, they would turn more sales. I honestly believe that they would turn a whole lot more sales. Yep, it was me trying to blow up that Claymore. Sniper's still up there, isn't he? Yes, he is. Doesn't matter, that guy's just camping. No shock there. No shock there either. As soon as I heard that come overhead, I was dead anyway. So I didn't get in the building at the right time. Out here. Go in there, he's gonna shoot you. Told you don't go in there, he's gonna shoot you. I'm falling for that again. Sorry, team. This is gonna be a bloodbath. Trying to get in here. Surprised. Normally they have this place all blocked out. They got people everywhere, and they got, you know, deployable cover and people prone camping, and as I like to call it, prone boning. I figured we're not going to win this because it's just not working out. But, you know, hey, having a good time. Don't stand there. It's not going to work for you. They'll come sliding in and they'll just gun you down, buddy. Seen it happen a dozen times. I notice that a lot of people are using Cold Blood now, and I would have to say that's one of the best perks to run. Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna win. Mission failed. Return to base. That's alright. It happens. I see that gun a lot. A lot of people seem to like that. I don't really care for that SMG. I'm eventually gonna have to use it for bullet snipe, but I don't really care for it. I've tinkered around with it. It's not one that I would say I enjoy using. There's quite a few good SMGs, and that one's just not high on my list. It's just like the Lockman Shroud. I don't care for that one either. It's a burst fire. Come on, who needs a burst fire SMG? I really don't want to play on Rust again. Or Das House. I wanted to be on High-Res. But, alas, they do not want me on High-Res. Absolutely not playing on Incline. I don't care for Incline. Incline is like the worst of the worst.
I said you dash away, dash away.
There was another. Oh, there was surfing claws. Ah. Okay. And then undead saint. I was gonna say because I saved up the points to get. Fine, I'll play on Tetanus. I saved up the points to get Klaus ages ago, and I was quite happy with it. And I still am. But at the same time, I think that was the first point where I sat there and I was like, this is why they need to bring out modular, that's what we'll call it, modular bundles, right? And if I could get a suggestion box and I could dump it in a suggestion box, or maybe talk to somebody and have them pass off the message, like maybe if I get, because it was a Hearthstone thing that popped up, it was a, what's this called there? Survey. A Hearthstone survey popped up, and I thought to myself, if I could just do the Hearthstone survey, and they said, well, hey, if we email you, we might. They said, you know, if we might talk to you about Hearthstone, we might email you and want to talk to you about the future of the game and talk to other players. Well, they haven't emailed me yet, but I thought if they do email me, then that would be great. Because then I could be like, hey, could you pass on something to the Call of Duty team? And really? It didn't fire my drone? That's lame. I'd be like, hey, have them pass on modular bundles to the Call of Duty team.
Blood for blood.
Because it's honestly one of the smartest moves you can make. Working for Call of Duty. I'm going to try to go up to center. Normally I don't, but we're going to give it a shot. Yep, I figured that was it. I figured that was going to happen. They got the center covered. They don't want anybody going up there. Well, at least we dropped in on them. Whoa! Somebody's on the second level. Not anymore.
I'm with
Well, I should not have tried to reload there. But I was patient enough to wait. That's the thing. Sometimes you can't be impatient. Sometimes you just gotta be that patient player and wait it out. Oh, okay. Other times you just have to spawn in the wrong position and get sent to the Shadow Realm because you're in the wrong position. Wow, I had 3 people looking at me.
Friendly UAV online.
I knew there was somebody up on the tower.
Friendly UAV on station.
Trying to get him, but my
Friendly
teammate
cluster
kept
mine planted. Hostile
with you.
UAV
throwing me off. Come on, guys. Somebody's got to shoot him off that tower. Come on. Somebody has to get him off that tower. There. Well, I'll take it. Not where I wanted to be, but I'll take it. Shock. Not really. Happens. They like to camp specific areas.
What's your rock?
They're overwhelmed. Keep it this way. Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead.
I'm with you.
They need to. We need to get settled into an area where we can have control of a quadrant and then start working on it. But back to the whole modular bundles. I think the modular bundles would be a huge hit.
Friendly cluster mine deployed. The mission is complete. Good work.
I didn't want it to be that bad. I really didn't. But back to the whole modular bundle thing. I know that I kept getting distracted. It's kind of a tense game. At least for me it was. The modular bundle idea, I think, would make them a lot more money. And I think if I could get in contact with them, I think they would just eat it right up. Because if you think about it, right, you could sell the whole bundle for 20 bucks. But what if you only sold a piece of it? Let's say there's 5 pieces in the bundle. And you're like, okay, well, we'll sell the pieces of the bundle for, $5 a piece, or 16 for the whole bundle, right? Because then you're kind of encouraging people to save a little bit of money by buying the bundle, but if they don't want to buy the bundle, they don't have to. They can just buy the pieces one at a time. So if they're like, yes, I like this, but I don't really care about the the stickers or the emblems or the calling card. If they don't care about those, they could just opt out of buying those and buy only what they want. The weapon blueprints, the operator skins, what have you. And I think they would make so much more money that way. This is going to be a true test because I think Shoot House is a really good place you could snipe with this gun. You can get 60, 70 meters on Shoot House, 80 meters in some areas. I think that this one still has the same lethal range as the Kastov 74U. This will be the last game that I run with it. And it's a good gun. I mean, I can't really hate on it. It's solid. It's got good accuracy. The recoil's not bad when I pull the trigger multiple times. Then again, I try to set these things up for accuracy and range, not for recoil. So it's got good recoil reduction, even though I'm not designing it specifically for recoil reduction, if that makes sense. But right after this game, and right after I finish it up, right after I finish this whole thing, I'm looking forward to the shotguns, the Willet Snipe shotties. It's going to be a little bit tougher to do but Willet Snipe shotties, because the lethality range of a shotgun is like not over 40 or 50 meters. It gets tough.
Your mission is simple. Eliminate them all.
It gets really tough to do that.
Secure the lead.
But I really like this skin. I can't remember if this was the can't remember if this is the Black Ops 6 one for the pre-order or if this was something I earned, but I really like it. It's really nice. Okay. There's no one there.
The enemy's taken the lead. We have taken the lead.
Yeah, he's just gonna prone bone.
Mosquito is online. We've lost the lead.
I mean, it's fine for people to just lay there prone, but come on, if you're gonna prone camp the entire side, come on, man. Get a spine. Kind of like using launchers. Anybody that uses a launcher, with one exception, of course. There is a grenade launcher aftermarket part. I should have had ADS up prior to that. There's a grenade launcher aftermarket part that is, it can fire aluminum slugs that you can actually snipe with. So yes, the grenade launcher can snipe. And it doesn't have explosive damage, so. With it not having the explosive damage, it really helps because then you can snipe or get right on top of people and hit them with it. It's really nice. You gotta do better than that, buddy. I can see you moving. I don't need scope glint to know how to snipe. I don't need those 13 times scopes. Saw him. Just didn't pull the trigger fast enough.
Friendly UAV on station.
I missed right to the right of him, or to the left of him. Wait, they don't like me. Yeah, with a headshot, you could easily get 80 meters on this thing, I'm sure. First shot went into his upper torso. Second shot went into the dome. Pretty sure if you could just dome him, yeah, that's lethal at 80 meters. Maybe more. I mean, it's got good range. It's got lethality. I would say it would snipe, for sure. Oh, I mean, I got a collateral. Double kill, revenge, because everybody was camping over here. Oh, that guy just did not care. He's like, I'm just gonna wallbang it. Way to go, Harvey. Not anymore. And in case you were wondering, a Harvey wallbanger is a drink. For those that didn't know.
Mission time is half complete.
This is why you run suppressed weapons. And if you can, that was just me being a fool. If you can, you run suppressed weaponry with no skulls.
What's your back?
I love that. Don't you just love it when you just slide right into a grenade? One of the best feelings in the world.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
I'm with you.
Wow, latency variation. Somebody's unhappy. Yes, you have people that can do the latency variation trick and kind of ruin it for others. So like if somebody's playing too well, that you can actually latency variation the game. It's kind of like the standby switch trick that you used to do in
Friendly UAV online.
the old Xbox days. That's how people used to cheat at Halo. That person's named Filthy Mudblood. I mean, it's kind of cool.
Do not give it back.
And I ended up on the grenade anyway. It was my ally's grenade. Shock. What was I gonna do? There was a guy around the corner I was waiting for. He's mounted. He's definitely mounted up there.
Hostile mosquito is online. Friendly UAV on station.
But yeah,
We have
this
secured
one will snipe for sure.
accomplished.
So will that one that he was using, that Dan the Man. He was pretty good. What kind of mess was that, dude? That was awful. But yeah, it's a good gun. It'll make it. It'll go. It'll snipe for sure. So that is it. That was all the assault rifles. Every single but will it snipe. I have done every single assault rifle. That's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. Next up, shotguns. There are some that can. There are many that can't. We're going to find out which ones will. Not this time. That's next time. As always, I had a great time. I hope you did. And if anybody watches this and can get in contact with Activision, modular bundles so people can buy pieces. That way, you'll make more money. You won't have to crank out 36 bundles a year, which is actually not true. They crank out like 136 bundles a year. They would only have to crank out maybe 50 and then just sell it in modular and then just leave it up on the store. People that come in can see it and be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Buy them that piece and the other piece. The only ones they want. Just let people do that. Other than that, bring back aftermarket parts and allow me to shoddy snipe in Black Ops 6, and you got yourself a winning game. But I digress. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Hope everybody has a fantastic evening, wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.